like the reason that it worked is because it was something that you chose. It was your passion. It was something you were called to do that you wanted to share with everybody.
Blessings, folks. Welcome back to the Hitstreak. I'm your man, Nick.
Whoa. That's my job, dog. Come on. Can I not do? You know what? That was actually pretty good. Let's let him roll with it this time. What do you say? All right, E. I'm gonna switch the camera back to you, baby. You got it. You're gonna do the intro. You ready?
Okay.
Hey, dude, you're up. Here we go.
Blessings, folks. Welcome back to another episode of the Hitstreak. I'm your man, Ethan Hyder. Let's get this thing started.
That was awesome, bro. First hit of the day. We're gonna roll with that. We're gonna keep it, folks. There's not many dudes that I would give up my welcoming you to another episode of the Hitstreak. So it's no secret I'm your man, Nick Hyder, right? And it's no secret who my guest is. But let me give this cat a proper introduction because a lot's changed since he was here last year, right? So let's check it out, folks. So this dude right here is somebody that I'm extremely proud to have in the studio with me today. This is one of my favorite days of the year, if not my favorite, because I get to hang with my boy and we get to talk about all the things and we get to have a good time doing it, right? So, however, this dude right here is an incredibly talented guitarist and drummer. He's been cast as a lead in a Broadway musical. He's a fantastic Instagrammer and YouTuber. And he is a pitcher and an outfielder for the Knights Academy baseball team and the Midland 15U Scout baseball team. Folks, help me welcome my boy, Ethan Hyder. E, how we doing, baby?
First of all, I think I welcomed myself pretty well on that intro right there. But I'm doing unstoppable, as usual.
That's what I'm talking about, dude. That's what I'm talking about. So, well, welcome back. So this is your fourth time as a guest. So you've been on the guest on the Hitstreak more than anybody.
Like 7 times. I was 3-time, just
co-host,
and then 4 times. This is my 4th time being a guest.
Got it. And you've actually been producing episodes now too, as one of the newest members of the Hit Lab creative team right here at the Hit Lab. Yeah.
Yep.
So is that what we were opening the show with? Was that what we opening the show with today?
Yeah.
That's it. Cool. So, all right. Well, you are one of the newest members of the Hit Lab creative team, and folks, he's not a slave. He's getting paid to work here, and he's really good. He's really good. I mentioned his YouTube thing. Here's why we've got him working with us. In 2024, my man took his YouTube page from a couple hundred subscribers to over 24,000.
Not even 100.
That's right. Not even 100 subscribers to over 24,000 subscribers. It's incredible. It's more growth than I've had. So I'm learning from this dude all the time. E, let's talk about working at the Hit Lab first, right? So talk to me about what's that experience been like. It's, your dad is the owner of the place, right? So it's a little bit extra pressure on you more than everybody else. Maybe they expect things, maybe they don't. But what's it like working here, man?
Well, it's really fun. I love it here. It's something I actually get to look forward to. One, because I get to hang out with everybody, doing my job, and of course I'm getting paid. It's really cool because it's really cool to see all the stuff that I've done and put on the social media pages, and I get to say, oh, I did that.
That's right.
Of course, now I'm getting to produce a freaking podcast episode. That's even cooler.
Yeah. You were one of the camera shooters, video shooters today in one of our Brand Accelerator sessions, right? So you're doing that. You're helping produce podcast episodes. You're setting up the studio. You're building sets. Yeah, dude. And folks, if you check out his YouTube channel, I get this question a lot. Are we doing all of Ethan's stuff? I can tell you, on Ethan's Instagram and YouTube, if it's not in collaboration with us, if it's him, like that's 100%. He filmed it, he shot it, he edited it, and he posted it, captioned it, subtitled it, everything, all on his own. So he's totally 100% responsible for what's going on with all that stuff, and it's been incredible, and fun to watch. So, you like doing it here, yeah?
It's really cool. It's really, really cool.
Yeah, man. What's the coolest thing you've done here so far?
Produce the episode.
Produce the episode. That was cool.
Yeah.
What was the coolest part about it?
I was in the producer's chair.
There you go.
I mean, hello.
That's right. That's right. So talk to me about less than like 24,000 subscriber YouTube growth. What was like, did you have a plan for that? Did you get lucky? What was it like? So your most viewed video has how many views?
9.4 million.
9.4 million. Folks, if you're one of the few people on earth that hasn't seen that video, check it out. If we're talking about his Instagram and his YouTube, they're both under his name. On Instagram, you can follow him at Ethan Hyder, and on YouTube, subscribe at Ethan Hyder, right? So I will tell you, his mom and I do help manage the accounts since he is 15, keeping all the any bad people or perverts or whatever else that you just never know what's out there. Then the world's a big place and it can be a dangerous place. But as far as what's going on, that's 100% him, right? So what was the secret to growing a YouTube channel, 24,000 subscribers in a year?
I mean, I just had to stay consistent. I also know that as a kid of this generation, I know what is trending and what is not with sounds.
Okay, so sounds are a big deal.
Mm-hmm. And everybody likes a beat drop. And I'm a drummer, so I'm pretty good with the timing. So I just figure out, so when we hit home runs, singles, doubles, triples, dingers.
Yeah.
We usually just, I time up the beat drop with the sound, whatever sound it is. And usually just depending on that sound, it could do really well. Like the sound that I used for the one that got me 9.4 million views. That one actually was not a trending sound at the time. It's a trending sound at this point because we made it trending.
There you go.
I just used it, and I mean, the timing was so good, everybody loved it. And then I was like, I got to use this for other things. So I just started using sounds for timing. And then I just kept getting thousands and thousands of views. I'm averaging about maybe 5,000-6,000 views, sometimes 10,000
per video, per short on YouTube.
Per video, yep.
Wow.
And of course, you just got to stay consistent with when you post. I post on weekdays. I post around like 2:45 or 3. It's when kids are getting out of school.
All right.
And that's usually when everything will get the most views. And on the weekends, at just afternoons.
Got it.
Because that's when everybody is usually doing breaks or on their phone.
Posting every day. Your Instagram's pretty new, right? So you've had your YouTube for a few years, okay?
Yeah.
You really got serious about it this year, and then with the responsibility that you showed doing that, your mom and I agreed it was time that that you could have an Instagram because of the patterns and basically the discipline you showed with your YouTube, right? So your YouTube's only a few months old, but it's growing quick. It's growing quick. It's reaching a lot of people too, right?
Yeah, it's got about like 200 something followers right now.
So one of the coolest things as a dad when it comes to this stuff, all right, is when he first started posting on his YouTube, he was younger, and music, the arts, those things were kind of the leading passion in his life. And he, over the last couple of years, that's kind of changed, where baseball became kind of like his passion, right? So he's going to tell you guys some of his goals that he's working towards every single day today, and that helps create accountability, right? Which is cool. But people can go on that journey with you, which is also very cool. But he came to me, I guess it was early 2024 when you really start wanting to get serious about YouTube, because I was giving you a hard time about not being consistent and disciplined. And I said, if you're going to do it, do it. If you're not going to do it, don't, right? Let's build good habits. And he said, Dad, I think I want to make my YouTube channel mostly about blitzball. And I said, okay, right? I said, okay, why'd you choose blitzball?
Well, me and my buddies, we've been playing blitzball for like 2 years before we even started filming that stuff. And one day we just got the tripod, and we were like, what if we just film something? Maybe I can just post it on YouTube. And actually, no, we didn't even have a tripod. I had to lean it up against a tree and film that, and it got like 1,000 views. And I was like, huh. And I didn't think about it very much. And then you told me, oh, like, you got to stay consistent with it. And I was like, you know what? I think I just want to do blitzball.
Mm-hmm.
And then that is when I really started doing all that stuff.
Yeah, man, and it's the main theme of your thing. A lot of people know you for it. I mean, you got 24,000 people subscribing. The comments on every post is crazy. it's people are extremely engaged in what you're doing with your blitzball, which that also spills over into some baseball, right? Which is cool. And then you get to share some music on there from time to time too, which just shows how well-rounded you are and everything else. It's pretty cool, man. But the bottom line is you had to, like, the reason that it worked is because it was something that you chose. It was your passion. It was something you were called to do that you wanted to share with everybody. And folks, that is the true secret of social media, right? It's that authenticity. It's about something that you love and something that you want to do and share with other folks. And that authenticity and that just genuineness, it works, right?
Yeah,
it works.
I just wanted it more.
You just wanted it more. So we'll do, seriously, congratulations on and all that stuff. I mean, dude, it's a lot has changed since you were sat in that chair a little over, or right about a year ago this time, I guess, right? So you're way bigger, way taller. Your braces are gone. Your braces are off now.
Oh, they were off last year.
Were they off last year too?
Yes.
Oh, they just came off, yeah?
Yeah, they were. I got them off Halloween.
That's right.
Heck of a day to get them off, by the way.
That's right. He's grown his hair out significantly. He's wearing a hat today. You can't tell. But, like, dude, let's look back at what happened this year, right? So your sister's running the house. She's 3. You're a great, an unbelievable big brother. But we did some fun stuff this year. You had an unbelievable baseball season.
Yeah.
Both high school and summer, right? Mm-hmm. And then we took you to Yankee Stadium for the first time. You got to see New York, and you got to go on the field at Yankee Stadium. Talk to me about that. Oh, by the way, who were they playing?
The Red Sox. That was actually the night Judge hit that grand slam to break his home run slump.
That's it. He hit the grand slam, the one that everybody talks about that you see over and over again. We were there. We saw it. It was unbelievable.
They literally actually just made a moment in MLB The Show that recreated that moment.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you love MLB The Show.
I love that.
Well, let's talk about Yankee Stadium. All right. So what were your expectations going in, and what was it better, bigger?
It was
not as cool.
Not as cool. It's not even an option. It was one of the best experiences I've had in my entire life.
Why?
It's Yankee Stadium.
Yeah,
it's awesome. It's just, I mean, again, it's a Yankees game. Yankee Stadium, it's more energetic than any stadium you can go to, especially when the Red Sox are there.
Yeah.
And of course, when we were on the stadium, we got to see, sadly, we could not see the Yankees hit, but we did see the Red Sox hit. I'm telling you guys.
Talking about BP?
Yeah, BP. We got to see a little bit of BP.
So we got on the field at BP, or during BP, right?
BP.
Which is before the game.
Yeah, we were right in front of the visitors' dugout. It's kind of funny because Kenley Jansen's walking down the dugout. Mm-hmm. And I know you got a picture of him.
I sure do.
I got a video of him. I was just like, oh my gosh, because you can barely recognize them. They're just people. Baseball guys, football guys are big, but baseball guys are just different. They're so much bigger than anybody else. They're so strong.
Big dudes,
so strong. Yes, especially Judge. But they're so strong. But it's just first of all, the pinstripes look amazing. Pinstripes look amazing. But it's just the Yankee Stadium. It's, of course, you got the iconic train in the background.
Yeah, you got to ride the subway.
I got to ride that subway. Yes, I did. But it's just it's electric there. They got the 99 burger, by the way. If you ever go there, get some of that. It's delicious.
That's right.
It was just really cool, and it's just the environment. Everybody's there to see them because it's the best thing, and I couldn't be more happy that we got to see the Red Sox versus Yankees, one of the biggest rivalries in sports ever.
That's right.
And, of course, the Yankees always coming out on top, except for the World Series this year, but we're not going to talk about that.
Let's talk about it for a minute.
Okay.
It was, I thought, Yankees, Dodgers, it was a great postseason.
That was the best. Honestly, that was what I predicted and hoped that it would be this year. And the moral of the story is that the Dodgers just wanted it more.
They wanted it more. It's all about when you get hot.
Yep.
They got hot at the right time.
Judge was not the hottest guy right then. Stanton sure was.
He had a great postseason.
He had an amazing postseason. Judge did come in clutch in that last moment. Jazz Chisholm did too. They went back to back. Mm-hmm. That was really cool. But the World Series, it's pretty cool, especially since we went to Yankee Stadium. Guess where the World Series was played?
Yep. That's
2 years in a row where I went to a stadium where the World Series was played. The last game we went to Diamondbacks last year, and of course we went to Yankee Stadium this year.
The Dodgers are our favorite National League team too, yeah?
Yeah, we Mookie, we love them.
All right, so we're obviously we're rooting for the Yankees in the series.
Yes.
However, one of the coolest things that as a dad happened to me this year, which was I come home from work one day and there was a Dodgers hat waiting on me. Ethan had bought a Dodgers hat, and I told him how much I liked it. And then one day he'd gone to the mall with some friends, and he'd come back. He'd spent his own money and bought his dad a Dodger hat. So
yeah, I remember you told me that you liked the spring training Dodgers hat, and I saw it at Lids, and I thought I'd get you one.
Dude, it was one of the coolest things, and I told you, I was like, because so obviously
you still owe me that Dodgers hat as well.
Yeah, I got you. Well, it's it was a really cool thingy because anytime your kid thinks about you like that and takes time out of their own headspace and money out of their own wallet to buy something for you like that. It was one of the coolest things ever because that was I think that may have been the first time that you ever took your own money on your own account and just bought something on your own for me. So that hat will never get thrown away. I'll always have it. I've been wearing the heck out of it all year since I got it because it's my favorite hat now. Even though the Yankees are my team, I've been wearing Dodgers hats, a Dodgers hat, the majority of the second half of 2024 because my son bought it for me. It means tons, man. So
I think that's why they won.
I'll go with that. I like that. I want to thank all of our loyal fans that spread across all 50 states and 14 different countries. It's absolutely amazing. Folks, help us keep spreading the word, right? Share your favorite episodes with friends and make sure that you are liking and subscribing to the Hitstreak on all digital platforms. Thanks again, and we look forward to more. All right, so we spent a few days in New York. It was great. We did all kinds of good stuff.
Went to Times Square.
Times Square, you got to go on top of the Empire State Building.
Mm-hmm. That was an amazing view, by the way.
So, what was some things that stuck out for you in New York?
First of all, shout out real quick. It was really funny because one of my favorite bands I like to listen to, they're called The Warning. It was kind of funny. They were a pop-up band in the middle of Times Square, like literally 2 days before we got there. And I'm like, wait a second. Oh, I recognize that stage because we're right above Times Square. But first of all, that was just really cool. But my favorite part about New York, Yankee Stadium.
Absolutely. Went there for a couple. Went for a couple games.
Yeah, we saw Judge hit another home run, a bomb of a home run. His 52nd. 2 years. That's kind of funny. The 2 years that we've been to see the Yankees play in a normal season, both of the home runs that we saw were his 52nd.
That's right. We went to we go to Tampa every year for spring training.
Yes.
And we catch a few games at Steinbrenner Field, right? So
we got to talk about that as well.
Yeah, come on with it. So talk about it.
I remember there's a very viral clip of Stanton hitting a home run because there was a guy chanting. It was kind of funny. He was chanting beer behind him, and I could hear. I have the video on my phone, and I hear it, and I'm looking at it on Instagram and stuff. He hit the crap out of this, by the way. It was a perfect sound off the bat, 116 miles an hour off the bat, right over our heads, and I called it. Mm-hmm. And I might have hurt your ears a little bit. But, I mean, just going there is still really awesome. It's just because, I mean, players right in front of you. Because we got to see, that's when Soto was first introduced. We got to see him go 0 for 6. Still awesome. See the Soto shuffle, all that. And then saw Judge was not playing, but we still got to see Alex Verdugo, all those guys. I got 2 balls, 2 major league balls. I got one from the pitching coach, and we did see Andy Pettit in the bullpen.
We did. Big shout out to our friend Chase Gerbic for helping line all that stuff up. You got to go in Tampa.
We had a private tour of their facility.
Yeah, it was awesome. Thank you, Chase. It was incredible, dude. Previous Hitstreak guest and the youngest professional coach in the history of sports.
Mm-hmm. And, of course, he's with the best of the best, the Yankees.
That's right. So Tampa, New York, all good times. Yeah, we had some great pizza in New York.
Yeah, New York style pizza. It's up there.
Yeah,
especially True. And we, of course, we ate ice cream right next to Jimmy Fallon's place.
That's right.
That was cool.
That's right.
It's a heck of a place. It's awesome. It's nothing like Nashville. My goodness, it's so much different.
That's right. All right, so let's get into some other things for a minute, shall we? So, because we covered how many times you've been on the as a guest and all those things. Let's talk about, so on your Blitzball channel.
Yes.
There's a lot of keyboard, as I call them, keyboard tough guys.
Oh, yeah.
All right, they're they're tough with that keyboard when they're typing those nasty, rude comments on things, right? Hey man, to each his own. But I would challenge everybody every time you have a negative thing to say to somebody, balance it out with saying something positive to somebody else or that same person, right?
I always smile when I see those comments because they're trying to criticize me, but they're just helping me.
There you go. Well, let's talk about some of the most common things that you get called out for on your blitzball videos. Is one of the things you always put on there is how many feet the ball traveled and the exit velocity.
Yes.
That it came off the bat, right? Yeah, so people challenge those a lot, yeah?
Yes, that is the biggest part. But the reason I also smile when I see that as well, because I'm so good that they don't think it's believable.
Yeah, is that right? So, well, but like, why? How do you prove it? Like, so the point is you got a lot of fancy gear,
right?
Right. That's what I'm trying to say is to justify. You're not just making this stuff up.
No, yeah, exactly.
Right.
We have a measuring wheel. You see the ball. You put it on the ground, you roll it, and it tells you the inches and the feet. And then the exit velo, we got the pocket radar, we got a little stand, we got the exit velo and pitch speed. And to prove it, I've been doing less sounds of video so you can hear it speaking the miles per hour on it. And then I recently did a video showing how we measure the home run distances.
That's right. So this is all with the same tools of the trade that you're measuring velocities and feet anywhere else in sports or in anything else, right? So these are all legit tools that he's using to put this stuff up, to put these statistics and analytics up there, right? He's like his dad, analytics matter. We study all the analytics and we use them.
We measure every single thing that we're able to measure. We measure every home run. We do all that.
That's right. So if you're calling BS on the exit velocity or the distance of these amazing hits that him and his friends are putting out online, folks, it's what the gear says.
Yep.
It's what the gear says. So I believe it, right? So I guess that's all that matters. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So all right. So you got your blitz ball now. There's something else I want to talk about for just a moment. All right. So you're featured on a lot of my social media, but you weren't actually featured in this one. Okay. But on my Instagram, it's actually a pinned reel, and so far, just on Instagram, it's been watched 511,000 times. All right. So across all the platforms, this clip has been watched well over a million times, and it's still rising. All right. But the reason that I'm saying this is because, you know what? I'm just going to play it on the microphone so everybody can hear exactly what we're talking about. And I want to talk to you about it a minute. All right. So everybody, let's see, listen up. I'm going to start it over now we can hear it. Here we go.
I'm always reminding him every choice you make is either taking you towards that goal or away from that goal. You know, when you go into the gas station, instead of getting like a bottle of water, did you get a big old soda? Like everything is going to be a factor at some point in time. And that's the hardest thing to do is like all of his friends are going to do one thing and he wants to go do it. I'm like, hey man, are they going where you're going? And then whatever you decide is up to you. But know that how we support you is going to be based on a reflection of those decisions. You know, because it's expensive. A lot of time and money and everything else goes into his dreams. As long as he's dreaming big, but his actions are in line with those dreams, then there's nothing that I won't do to help him get there or make sure he has what he needs to get there. But like that's the biggest challenge is the more distractions from that goal that come about with his friends driving and this and that and Friday nights and Saturday nights and all those things. You know, I can tell you what I do Saturday nights, and it's not what most people do my age. You know.
All right. So we're talking about, at the end of the day, we're talking about discipline and choices, right? Mm-hmm. So let me read. So the comments on this, I appreciate every single comment that's ever been placed on the sucker, all 159 of them. All right. Now, there's a variety of comments, Ethan, that are on this thing from a lot of parents saying, yes, I echo that. I support that. We believe in that 100%. We treat our kids the same way. Absolutely right. So, but there's a lot of comments on here where, you know, people have their opinions about that. Maybe we're too hard on you, or maybe we're not letting you be a kid, or, you know, maybe life isn't fun. You know, so actually some of these were like, man, that kid's can't wait to bust out of your prison. Like it's some pretty ugly stuff on there. All right. So I'm going to let you, we're going to hear it right from the dude himself. All right. I'm going to let you respond to some of these things. Let's talk about this for a minute. So how do you feel? Let me just ask you straight up, and it's okay what you say, right? I'm not going to hold it against you, I promise. All right. Are your mama not too hard on you?
Absolutely not.
Why?
Look who I've become.
Who's that?
A winner.
How are you winning though, E?
I'm doing other things that nobody else does, because the more sacrifices that you make, the better it can become for you in the future.
All right. So what is, like, everything that you do, like, you're doing time blocking every day. You're working here at the Hit Lab. You got stuff. You got lots of responsibilities at home. You're helping us raise your sister as a big brother. But like you work out with weights 6 days a week. You throw and train year round for baseball. You hit every day. But what was the purpose of that video that I was talking about?
Habits and decisions.
Habits and decisions. All right. So the foundation of that video was basically like, what is your dream? All the decisions you make are in line with one thing. What is your goal in life?
Center field, Yankee Stadium.
So you want to play center field at Yankee Stadium. All right. So folks, here's how we came up with all this. All right. So he wants to play center field at Yankee Stadium. It's no secret that I was fortunate enough to play 6 years of professional baseball after college. All right. Which means I play with some great players in college and at the pro level. I never played. As a matter of fact, I don't know anybody that played center field at Yankee Stadium. I don't personally know anybody, and I know a lot of people. The point is that, like, I wonder how many people in the history of Yankee Stadium played center field at Yankee Stadium, right? It's probably a couple hundred, maybe, in the history of the world for the over 100 years that Yankee Stadium has been a thing. The point is it's a fraction of a fraction of a fraction of a percent of people that get to play at Yankee Stadium, right? So the point is that if everybody else is going this way, then if you go that way, you'll end up where they end up. You won't end up at Yankee Stadium. So for you to do something that so few people have done, your choices have to be so different that would reflect those of so few people that were able to accomplish that, right? So what I was saying is like the choices that you make, every choice that you make in life either takes you closer to your goal or further away from your goal. And the more conscious you are of all those decisions that you make, the better chances you have to get there, right? So again, am I tough on my son? You're dang right I am. Life is somebody's gonna do it. I'm preparing him for life because it's gonna be hard. It is not gonna be easy, right? So, but it could be easy if you make it easy, and if you start early, and you get good at making good choices, and you build good habits. Life tends to be a little bit easier for you as you go, right? So, yeah. Ethan, you want to play center field at Yankee Stadium. So, like, what does that actually mean to you? That, like, if your friends are going to football games, and maybe you hadn't done your work that day, you're going to say, no, I'm not going to go to that football game. I'm going to stay back and do my work. Is that how that works?
Yeah.
Why?
I mean, the more work I do, that's even closer that I get to my goal. And the more days that I take off, the further and further away I get, and the closer and closer somebody else can be getting.
Go on. That was good.
It was. I mean, it's just the only way I'm doing fun is something that is earned for me.
Okay.
Is it that way sometimes? No, and I regret it, and it should be. And because those times that I had fun when I know I could be doing something different, somebody probably got more ahead. It's just the way I've gotten people on screen. I got a sign of
blisters and calluses.
Yeah, this is my trophy for hitting. I've been hitting more lately than I have in my entire life. I've been doing this thing like with hitting and stuff, and that's the work that I get done. Yeah, because Derek Jeter took who knows how many swings a day. Yeah, and he's got over 3,000 hits, and he's in the Baseball Hall of Fame. Yeah, and was the shortstop. Was not just the shortstop; he was the shortstop. That's right, for the New York Yankees.
The point is, man, is like how else, like as a parent, when you have a child that aspires to do great things, we are supporting him in doing that and helping him by holding him accountable to his own hopes and dreams. that's the catch, is like, to do what he says he wants to do. Well, Ethan, if like 2 years ago, if you said, Dad, I want to play center field for the New York Yankees, and I said, cool, how are you going to do that? Would you have known?
No, I would have no idea, and I would need your help for it.
That's what we're doing. We're helping him. We're helping him accomplish his goals and his dreams, because again, what it takes is what it takes.
Right.
Right. And you know what? There's some dudes out there that are bigger, stronger, faster. They're maybe more mature and more developed at 15 than you are. Right. So technically, I guess they're a little bit closer to Yankee Stadium than you are.
Right.
So that means you got some work to do, yeah?
Yep.
Look, man, I can promise you, and I had great parents, and they pushed me. But I was also spoiled rotten, all right, by grandparents and everything else. And what I can tell you is the hardest things for me to overcome especially in my late 20s and early 30s, were the discipline and like not understanding that my choices had an effect on everything that was going to follow. Right. So, especially with money, I blew money all the time as a young adult, and my parents and grandparents would just be like, hey man, it's all right. Learn from your lesson. Here's more. I never truly lost it. They always gave it back to me. So, and that loss was the best teacher that I had later, when they finally said, hey man, we're not going to do this anymore. It's up to you from now on. Right. So, Ethan, like, they're not always comfortable conversations, are they?
No. Mm-mm.
What do you mean?
Well, it can just be tense sometimes because wrong things can be done.
Yeah.
But we're always learning from it.
Absolutely. Well, and there's emotions tied to this. Mm-hmm. And a lot of times I catch myself where I get emotional about it for you, and sometimes my emotions can even get the best of me, man, because I'm like, man, if I was doing a better job, he wouldn't have made those poor choices, right? So there's accountability on my end too, so it's just there's just a lot that goes into it. But the bottom line is, check this out. Do you still hang out with your friends a lot?
Yeah.
Do you still do a lot of things? Do you still get to go to football games? Do you still get to hang out with fun at youth group at church?
Yeah.
What we're trying to teach him is, hey man, like, we all get the same 24 hours. If you want to play baseball at Yankee Stadium and you want to go to youth group, then let's figure out how to divvy up your time and manage your time so you can do all of it. I truly believe you can have it all.
That's the difference between me and my friends. Are always like, how do you have so much time? Well, I make it. They don't know how to do it.
So you're learning some things. You're learning some advanced skills, dude.
Because I do way more things that my friends do, and I'm still able to get it done 7 days a week. Not without not pressure. I don't know the word.
Well, pressure is a privilege.
Well, yes,
but it also doesn't exist.
Right, exactly. You put it upon yourself. I wouldn't say I do everything with ease, but I get it all done, and I get it done well.
I agree. Let me ask you this. You're very big and active in our church. You have a lot of friends that you hang out with on a regular basis. You're one of the drummers at church.
Yep.
Yeah. So why is church so important to you?
Well, one, church is the house of Christ, so I'm always closer when I'm there.
Okay.
And drumming is a gift that he gave me, and I'm glad I get to express it there.
You get to share it, yeah.
Yeah.
Got it. Well, but again, why? I mean, you can hang out with those people anywhere.
Well, yeah. It's just
why is just? I mean, like, seriously, you hardly ever miss. As long as if you don't have a conflict in your schedule, you hardly miss.
Well, it's a different relationship with those people when you're there, because it's a different type of energy.
That's cool. That's cool. What is talk to me about your relationship with Jesus?
It's strong, especially since I got rebaptized this year. And
what made you want to do that?
At a church retreat, we were it was a worship experience. We were in the middle of a song, and it felt like I got pulled to the altar.
Got it. So when you got pulled to the altar, what'd that feel like? Maybe other people have been pulled and they just didn't know what was going on.
It's kind of what was happening. It was it was just different.
Got it. Can you describe it?
Mm-mm.
It's just something that like
It's just a feeling that came over me, chills, and just it felt like I was pulled or pushed to the altar.
that's beautiful, dude. That's beautiful.
The Hitstreak is powered by our partners at HitLab Creative Studios. Whether it's launching your brand new podcast, rebranding your current podcast, or taking advantage of any of their other content packages specifically for your social media needs, the HitLab is a one-stop shop for you. Visit hitlabstudio.com for more.
So let's see, because we got so many things I want to talk to you about today. All right, let's talk about first of all, anything else as far as church or it's so you're learning a lesson today. You don't eat lunch right before you go on the air. Yeah, that's all right. Now you know. Choices. Choices.
Delicious choices.
I'm sure. All right. So anything else as far as like that video that I showed about, because again, your mom and I we want to be as supportive as we can, but we also want to prepare you for the storm that is called life that is coming, right? And we want you running into that storm versus away from that storm. So you'll spend less time in the storm. You face it head on, right?
Yeah.
So anything else as far as church, friends, that video, anything else you want to say to those people that are,
what does being a kid mean?
That's a great question. The kids in the 1920s, some of those kids were smoking cigarettes and working jobs at 10, 11 years old.
Yeah, I don't really. I mean, I used to have that same saying, but I'm like, what? It doesn't really mean anything. I don't feel like it means anything good, because if you're being a kid has many other differences for many reasons for other people.
Yeah. Well, all right, and like how old before?
Well, like how old am I supposed to be until I can actually start getting ahead of other people? Because if you be a kid for who knows how many years, how slow is it going to take you, and how hard is it going to be for you to get where you want to go?
That's right. Well, all right. So, dude, it's we have a lot of fun at home. Yeah, you and I work out together. You're my workout partner. Mm-hmm. This time of year, we get to throw a lot because you're doing your weight training routines. You're throwing routines. You're building strength and all those things. You're working on new developments in your techniques and all that stuff. It's a fun time of year for us, and it's honestly, it's like you have the most growth during the year when you do these times. I mean, you've put on a significant amount of size and weight just in the last like 5-6 weeks of our new workout regimen.
Yeah, I've gained about 5-6 pounds.
So and it feels good, yeah.
I just feel strong.
Well, I love working out with you. It's something I look forward to all the time.
I mean, I love it too, because it's really hard to not grow around you.
Why?
You're a person of growth.
How?
Because it's all that's on your mind.
Yes.
So it's all that you spread.
Okay. Well, thank you. That was a good compliment. I'll take it. I'll take it. Well, so you enjoy you enjoy working out, and sometimes you don't feel like it.
But it's just that the mental strongness that you got to have. Because I mean, I got to have that same strongness. If I make it to Yankee Stadium, you got to have that mental strongness. Because you got to hear that roar of like 50,000 fans.
There's an old saying that I love, a quote. It says, "It's the way you do anything is the way you do everything."
Yes.
Right. I love that one. And I was a buddy of mine was in town and he needed the Jeep. He dropped me off for my weekly tanning bed session to get camera ready. He had to run a couple errands and came back, picked me up, and he just went ahead and drove home. And when I park my Jeep in the driveway, I park in the exact same spot. In the exact same spot every time, yeah? Mm-hmm. Like I have markers where I'm like, yep, I'm in my spot. Okay? So I was, when David was who was driving, and he parked in that spot. He missed the spot. And I asked him, I was like, hey man, can you pull up just a couple feet? And he was like, why? Why does it matter? And I'm like, dude, the way you do anything is the way you do everything. Like literally, when I park my Jeep, that's an opportunity for me to rack up another win. To do something like everything I'm doing is practicing that discipline and consistency. It's a chance for me to do something at an excellent level. I parked perfect. It's so easy, right? But when you do a lot of those little things over and over and over and over again, they become habits. And now all of a sudden, the way that I park my Jeep, well, that's the way that I do things at work too now, right? It starts to spill into other aspects of your life. So like the little things that a lot of us may take for granted, does it matter that I park my Jeep in the same spot in the big scheme of things? Absolutely not. It matters to me. It matters to me because I'm constantly trying to grow. Constantly trying to grow and constantly take myself to the next level, right? Mm-hmm. So, what are some talk to me about some of the things that what are some of the things you struggle with as far as habits go?
Well, I always just want to have fun and hang out with my friends. MLB The Show, all that. Mm-hmm. It's just it's the feeling that you just don't want to do it, but I know for a fact it's going to help me out. So I just kind of help me out in the future. So I just use that and just repeat that in my mind to make sure that I just get it done. I don't get it done. I get it done well.
There you go.
I get it done with a purpose. You don't just go out there and do it. You got to find a purpose and do it for that purpose. Mm. And ever since I've done that, you can see the growth.
Yeah, man.
What I've had, because I've had to work out alone a few times when I used to do that because I did it. I was getting smaller, and now I've gotten bigger every single time that I've done it.
So it's not just the fact that you worked out; it's that you worked out properly. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I had a lesson the other day about the bench press stuff because then I got to do 3 or 4 sets. Last set's gonna be the most weight. You got to have enough juice to do it. You got to figure out how many reps you're doing.
Got it. Talk to me a little bit about we got a young little princess that dominates the house. She absolutely, your biggest fan is actually your littlest fan, right? But she loves her Bubba, her Ethan. She just wants to be around you all the time. She loves watching you play baseball. She loves watching you play drums. She just loves watching you do what you do. She even works out with us some of these days. She wants to work out with us. What's it like seeing a young lady like that grow? Isn't it cool?
Yeah, it's crazy too.
Why? What's crazy about it?
You already said it. She's 3 years old.
She keeps us on her toes.
On her toes too.
That's right. She loves. We're in all the Disney princess movie phase right now. Little Mermaid and Frozen and what else? What are all the ones we have to watch on repeat over and over again? Moana. Which Moana 2 just came out, so I'm sure we'll be taking her to see that here soon. She's gonna love that. Mm-hmm. Oh, she loves the Trolls.
I can get used to that. That's fun.
Yeah, they have great. The music in those are killer.
Music is good, but the Frozen, everything else. Bye bye. That's.
You're ready.
I'm ready for
on?
that one. That can go away pretty soon. I'm okay with that.
Well, dude, you're 15. You started driving. You got a learner's permit. Mm-hmm. So, folks, my man is behind the wheel in traffic today, as a matter of fact. Right. So, what's that like? Talk to me about what have you learned? What's the biggest surprises that you've learned driving?
It doesn't matter what you. Well, it does matter what you do, but it matters what everybody else is doing.
Okay. Well, so obviously the two main vehicles that we drive are two totally different vehicles. One is a Yukon XL, right? It's a bus, and the other one is the Jeep, right? So which one do you like driving more, and what's the biggest differences?
Jeep. The Jeep. It's. Well, first of all, it's not 100 feet long, and it's doesn't weigh as much. It's also just I like driving it more just because it feels not as wide, but it's just the perfect feel. Okay. And the other one is, again, as you described, a bus.
It's heavier, right? So it takes longer to stop.
Yeah, it's the Jeep. It's easier to coast, cruise control. With the other one, if you try to coast a little bit, it's just I'm getting too close. You got to hit the brake.
What else is so you turning 16 this next year? What else has been going on in the last year? As an 8th grader, you got to play varsity high school baseball.
Yeah, I didn't. I don't think I got out but 2 times.
Well, be careful what you say, because have you actually looked at your stats?
No, I feel like
somebody else might fact check you on that.
Yeah, but when I didn't get out much, is what I'm trying to say.
You had an incredible season. You had an incredible as an 8th grader, and you got to pitch.
I did.
You got to pitch some. You got to hit.
I did have a high school save as well.
As a dude of analytics, I'm going to tell you, I highly suggest you find out what you did hit last year if you don't know. right? So we're teaching him all the time, like, dude, you're supposed to know how much money's in your wallet, how much money is in your bank account or bank accounts at all times. And as an athlete and a baseball player, you need to know what your analytics and statistics are,
Right.
right? You had an unbelievable season, but like I definitely know you got out more than twice.
Well, yeah, that was an exaggeration for sure. But I did not get out very much. I did not get out very much.
It was
hit
cool.
Really well. Yeah.
Talk about the summer season. You had a good summer season.
Started out okay. Got a little bit more down the road. Struggled. Would bet tournament for maybe like a couple games, and then I turned it on with a triple, and then ever since then, at the end of the season, I got really, really hot.
You had a good season, man. You had a good season. I don't remember exactly what you hit. I think it was a tough schedule, and we traveled. We went down to Florida. Played against some great players and great teams. I think you ended up hitting around 350 all your stat lines look good. Pitching, you had a great season. You were a horse on the mound last year.
Yeah, I had a no-hitter last season as well.
You did. You threw a no-hitter?
I almost had back-to-back no-hitters.
You threw a one-hitter, yeah, after that?
I had a one-hitter.
That's right.
I gave up a little bloop to right field, caught it on the bounce. One hitter's still pretty dang good, if you ask me.
Yeah.
I did make it a little close, but I mean, we still got it.
That's right. Well, dude, it was fun, and I always loved coaching you and all those things. So, dude, what else are you wanting to? What else you want to talk about? Anything else particular you want to talk about today?
Yankees, if you see this, get Juan Soto.
Yeah, that's right. I agree.
Blake Snell just went to the Dodgers, I think.
Yeah, that was breaking news when we're shooting this. Obviously, when you guys are hearing this today, it'll be past tense, right? But it's but yeah, absolutely. What else going on, dude?
I've been keeping up with the Yankee stuff like a lot. And I've been like I can tell you probably where Soto's at right now. He's at a meeting, I think, with the Dodgers or something right now. But he's been doing a lot of interviews. He went to the Yankees with the Red Sox. I do not want to see him in a Red Sox jersey.
I don't think anybody does. At least in our fan base.
Yeah.
Are they going to get him?
I don't know. Mets literally offered him $660 million.
Okay.
Personally, I think that's a little over.
Why?
It's a lot of money. I understand, but I mean, I just don't. I think $660 million. If I was Juan Soto, I'd be like, that's just right. But I mean, to me, since he was on my team, I can't be like, oh no. But I just feel like it's a little bit much.
Yeah.
Because I understand he was an amazing hitter, young talent, really, really good. But only person I would say is worth that is Shohei Ohtani because he pitches and hits.
Yeah.
Soto is an okay outfield. Well, he's a pretty dang good outfielder. He was a right fielder for the Yankees. Mm-hmm. But his hitting is phenomenal.
Absolutely.
I feel like he'd be more $500 million for sure. I feel like that'd be the perfect, well-rounded offer for him. And of course, how many years? I feel like he should. I think everybody wants to see him everybody else except for the Yankees wants to see him in pinstripes the rest of his career.
That's right. It would be cool, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Although he's very young.
He is extremely young, and that would be just unreal. He started 19 years old with the Nationals, won a World Series.
Mm-hmm. Just think about that. And so you're 15, like halfway through your 15-year-old year.
Yeah. 16,
17, 18.
4 years before he won a World Series, he was 15 years old. He was my age.
That's correct. So technically, that's why we're pushing him so hard to hold him accountable, because, like, seriously, one of his favorite players, 4 years from his age right now, was winning a World Series. So there's not that much time. At 15, he's very close to 18 or 19. You know what I mean? So, Ethan, what are some of the ways? Like, are you dead set on center field for the New York Yankees?
Yes.
How are you going to get there?
I'm going to find a way. I want to work harder than anybody else, and I don't care how far. I know there's a lot of kids in the Dominican Republic right now probably working their butt off to play for any team. Well, I got one goal specific in mind, and that is center field for Yankee Stadium.
What happens if you don't accomplish it?
I won't be on the Yankees. I'll be on like the Dodgers or something.
Got it. So, so is there a chance that you won't accomplish it?
A chance?
Yeah.
There's much more than that.
No, is there a chance you won't accomplish it?
Well, of course there is. There's always going to be a chance, but I'm going to make sure that don't happen. I'm going to make sure that that's just out of the picture.
How are you going to make sure that all the time and effort that you invest in yourself to get to Yankee Stadium, how do you make sure that you get that return on investment?
That's how bad I want to. It's just how bad I have to want it. I gotta want it every day.
Well, so let's dig a little deeper, right?
Okay.
My goal was always to play professional baseball, which I did.
Right.
What I really wanted to do is be the catcher for the Yankees, but even more so, for how long?
Right.
So if you play one game, center field for the New York Yankees, did you accomplish your dreams?
Technically, yes, but no.
All right. Well, let's dial in that target a little bit right here on the air in front of everybody.
I want to play my whole career, my entire professional career, however long that's going to be.
Well, how long is it going to be? Right.
I don't know.
Are you going to be the next captain?
Hopefully.
Are you going to be the next captain and starting center fielder for the New York Yankees? And are you going to play? How long is your career going to be in the big leagues?
It'll be 10 to 15 years or over, something like that.
I mean, the longevity of what you want to play would affect the way you train, yeah?
Exactly.
So if you're only training for one game versus 1,000 games, it's totally different training set regimen, yeah?
Yep.
Okay. So even so this is totally worth it, for you as far as your goals go and coming on the air today back on the show, because right now you just want to play center field for New York Yankees. So technically if you just played one game and you didn't earn a living doing it,
it would.
Right? Then it'd been great. But like that's not really what you really want to do is you want to play your entire career there and you want to be the captain, yeah?
Yeah.
Did I make that up for you? Did I feed you that, or is this all you?
I mean, you helped a little bit for sure, but I mean that's the exact goal that I do want.
That is what you want though, yeah? Mm-hmm. So as a parent, that's what we're here to do is make sure you understand what it is that you actually want and then that you know what your price is to actually get it. Right? Because life is
hard.
No. Life is fair. Everybody's price is just different. That's right. And dude, life is hard. Mm-hmm. But you got to be careful with that because if you tell yourself it's hard all the time,
that's probably what's going to happen to you. Everything's going to be hard.
Some people make life look easy. Right? Which that don't mean it's not hard. They just made it easy for them. Right? So life is hard. And I figure the more prepared you are, the easier it will be for you. Right? Especially if you know what your price is to accomplish what you want to accomplish. That's pretty cool, right? Mm-hmm. That's awesome.
The Hitstreak is powered by Team Hyder. Team Hyder has been serving you for 11 years and has racked up over 20 national and local awards for excellence in all areas. When it comes to finding the right health plan, we need to consider your family's needs and your family's budget. That's what we do to serve you. To look further and to book an appointment, visit teamhyder.com.
All right. What other baseball music fun? So what else? What other fun stuff's going on in your life, dude? So you're drumming at church. You got friends. You go to camp a couple times a year. You're about to start your high school baseball season. When this comes out, you guys will already be working out together. What are you excited about in 2025, baby?
I mean, that's when I'm expecting to have the most growth with my body, my skill in baseball, especially as a switch hitter.
Yeah.
And pitching.
Okay.
And of course, in the outfield, having that arm, I already do have a really, really good arm as an outfielder, just 15 years old, but I mean, it can only get better.
Okay. And do you like I actually like doing the work.
Me too. Because you can doing the work, you figure things out that way.
All right.
You can figure out what gets you closer and what you were doing wrong and how you can fix it.
That's right. So at 16, you excited about turning 16? Are you excited about being able to drive and all that kind of stuff? Like, do you have a car in mind that you're wanting to get, or?
I don't know. It rhymes. It rhymes with keep.
It rhymes with keep.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you want to get?
The black Jeep.
You want Dad's old black Jeep?
Mm-hmm.
I love my Jeep, dog.
I know.
I love my Jeep. So you're wanting to get it. So are you expecting us to give it to you?
No.
How you gonna get it?
I gotta show you that I'm responsible with everything else in my life.
Yeah.
To
So
show you that I'm responsible enough for a car.
So you got to earn it. That would be just to use it. What about to have it, to own it?
Here we go.
You want to strike up a deal? Dude, I'm not going to give you anything.
I know.
But I'll let you earn it, right? So obviously, when you're 16 and you need to borrow a ride and you've earned it, you can use some wheels. But what I'd love to see is for you to come up with to understand what the value of the Jeep actually is, and make your mom and I an offer to make it your own. That would be cool. And then just like the car dealership that sold it to me made me an offer, and I paid them monthly for 5 years until it was mine. Maybe you could do something like that.
Right.
That'd be pretty cool, yeah? Teach you some responsibility, teach you how to buy something with financing.
Yes.
Right? All those things. So cool, dude. What else going on? We're getting close to the end of the show here. Right? Is there anything else that you wanted to talk about today? Mention, shout out. There's a couple fun little stories we're going to talk about in a minute. The suitcase incident, as we'll say. But what else, dude? What else going on? This is your show, baby. What do you want to talk about?
I will make it as long as it has to be, so we don't have to get to the suitcase incident. All right.
Do you want to ask me any questions? Like, what do you want to do with the rest of our time?
I don't know.
Well, I guess we're prepared then, yeah.
I guess so.
Well, dude, here's the thing. So our audience here at the Hitstreak is unbelievable, Ethan. And time is the only currency that you have that you don't know the current balance of. So I don't waste my time. I don't waste anybody else's. So I'm going to pass it to you. If there's nothing else for us to talk about today, we need to bring this sucker to a close. We'll tell a couple stories and we'll go. Is there anything else? Baseball, family, faith, right? School. You want to talk about your school a little bit, your classmates. You play drums in chapel at school as well, yeah? Mm-hmm. What do you love about your school? Your school's pretty awesome. What do you love about it?
The people there teach. I mean, everything is just really good. It's something that you actually get to look forward to.
Where do you go?
Vine Christian Academy.
Okay.
It's something that I actually get to look forward to. And going there, it gives me actually the tools that I need to get where I want to go, because it gives me the time. It helps me out with the time.
It's a faith-based school.
Yes, it is. Yes, Vine Christian Academy. That's
right.
It's an awesome school.
Well, check this out. So how many days a week do you go?
2.
What's your schedule?
Like just during the day at the school. 8 a.m. homeroom, 8:30 Bible, 9 math, 10:15 or 10 o'clock break, 10:50 like snack whatever. 10:15 history, and then 11:15 science, and then 12:15 lunch, and then 1 is English and language arts, and then 2 we get out.
You get out. That's awesome. So you go 2 days a week.
Yep.
From 8 to 2.
Yep.
And then what do you do with all the rest of the time you got?
I grow.
You grow. How do you grow? What do you do? Like, seriously, what I ask you what you did.
Just in the rest of the time of the day.
Yeah.
Just whatever I do. And then that's when I get home, I'll unpack everything. I'll get my hitting done, do everything I need to do with throwing and work out and all that. Any drum stuff I need to get done. Practice for the youth group songs or the chapel songs if I have to.
Or the amazing Bruce Gust.
Yep. And then after that, I make sure there's nothing else I got to do, like trash or anything. And then that's when I bring my day to a close, and I just friends are able to hang out. I'll do that, and if I'm able to do anything else, I'll just do that.
There you go. What do you do on the days where you don't have school? There's 3 days, like, so you go on Mondays and Wednesdays. What do you do on Tuesday, Thursday, Friday?
All right. Well, I'll get up at 8 sometimes. Got to make sure I stay consistent with that. I'll get up at 8, do a morning routine, hang out with Ansley for a little bit since she's usually up around that time. Mm-hmm. And then after that, I'll get my schoolwork done. And of course, after that, whatever time that you're ready and every time that we need to do it. We'll work out, throw, whatever you need, whenever I need to get done that day.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll do my hitting stuff. And then after that, I'll shower, get ready for the day. And then, of course, well, it also depends on the temperature outside if I need a shower or not. Because if I need to do drums, I'll make sure I do that before I shower.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's hot in there.
Yeah, baby.
And then after that, I'll do my reading as well. And then after that, that's usually when my day is done. That's how I'm able to manage the time and have the time. That's how I'm able to manage my time.
You get a lot more time than most kids get.
Yes.
And as long as you're using it and investing it, your mom and I will keep making sure that you have that time, right?
That's right. Well, that's why I'm able to, like you said, I need to have it all. That's how I'm able to do it, because I know at times I need to do things. And if I stay on time with that, there's no reason I shouldn't be able to do anything else I need to do.
That's right. That's right. All right. So let's we all do things that we all embarrass ourselves from time to time. So I'm gonna have a little as dad here. I'm gonna have a little bit of fun with him, just because it's a great story. It's a great story. You know it is. It's very entertaining. Right?
For y'all.
All right. So here we go. You ready? All
No.
right. So you went to church camp.
Yeah.
What'd you carry with you to church camp?
A suitcase and a backpack.
Suitcase and a backpack. So 2 things. Okay. 2 fingers, 2 things. All right.
Okay, you don't gotta make it obvious.
It was you were gone for a week
Yes. No.
ish.
Yeah.
All right.
Something
And
like that.
then and you weren't at church camp. You weren't at the church. You guys went
To a camp.
to an actual camp, and you had a great time.
Mm-hmm.
And you came back from camp, and I'm picking you up.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm picking you up. We're going straight to get haircuts. We're going to see Miss Shannon,
Yes.
and then we're going home. Right. So I picked you up, hug it out. It was awesome. I'm excited to see you. And of course, you got all your friends saying bye and everything else. There's a lot going on in there.
Yeah.
All right. And I'm like, all right, you ready to roll? And you said,
Yes.
yes. And
And
then I
little
said,
did I know.
I said, got everything? And you said,
Yes. Little did I know. I did not.
so you, we go get haircuts. I mean, from the time we left the church to the time we got home, it's probably 2.5, 3 hours.
Yeah.
We go get haircuts, and we head to the house, and we're walking in the garage, and what happened?
I didn't have a certain thing.
What didn't you have?
Gigantic bag called a suitcase.
So you left your suitcase at church.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So this is where it gets good, folks. All right, because what'd you do when you realized you didn't have the suitcase?
Pulled out my phone, texted mom, and also I checked the location to make sure I knew that she was close to the church, see where she was at, and thank God she was. And I asked her if she can go pick that up.
All right. What you didn't know is that when I talked to your mom a few minutes later, I was like, hey, what's taking you so long to get home? She was like, well, Ethan left his suitcase at church. I had to go get it for him. And I was like, wait a minute, what? And I was like, well, he didn't tell me. And so I was like, well, I'm going to have some fun with him. Let's see if he owns up to it. Let's see if he fesses up. So I told you, hey, bud, do me a favor, go on ahead and unpack your suitcase and lay it out for me in the kitchen so I can put it back in storage.
And I don't think my heart has ever dropped that low in my entire life when he said that.
So, all right, so your heart dropped, and then what happened? So I know you don't have it.
I didn't.
And I also called Pop and Dale and Danny and David.
Here we go.
And they all reached out to you. What were some of the things they said?
Danny asked me to make sure that if I had Dale texted and told me to ask mom to grab a suitcase he left at his church.
All right.
Danny just built up onto it. I don't remember the exact words, but they were words, all right.
Yeah.
And then David and then Pops called me.
Okay.
He wasn't blunt. He was just making sure, but he laughed at me. But and then David, he was making sure that I had my toothbrush. Now, I had my toothbrush in my backpack, so his plan did not work.
Got it.
But he made sure that I had my toothbrush to it, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I sure do." And he was like, "Oh, got it." And He didn't say nothing after that. And then, yeah, it was all a whole thing.
All right, so I told you leave it out. So check this out, folks. This is what he did. My man went up to storage and got another suitcase, an empty suitcase that looked just like the one that he took, and brought it down and laid it in the kitchen for me. And I was like, hey, man, thanks. So I, obviously took it up and put it away, right? So your mom's got your suitcase, and he didn't know that when she got home, I'm standing on the other side of the house, peeking around the corner of our bedroom door, watching him run out to get that suitcase. And then, he was running in as quick and as quiet as he could to try to make sure I didn't know. So, dude, why didn't you want me to know?
Same reason my heart dropped. I was scared to cry. I was like, because I knew you asked me like 5 million times if I had everything. And I'm like, you know what? I kind of didn't.
Yeah. So so we're all in on it. We're all having fun with you, right? And how did we unveil to you? How did we tell you that we knew everything and all that stuff?
Well, you told me because of how good I did in getting unpacked so quickly, and that I should get paid more. And I was just like,
That's right. I was like, dude, I'm so proud of you for unpacking your bag and putting your bags up. I was like, dude, I want to give you $10 just for doing such a good job.
Yeah, and then here's Mom peeking in the back seat, just like, no. And I'm like, okay. And then we get inside, and she's like, tell him. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then you tell me that you did everything that you did.
The moral of the story was, because here's the thing, you actually were very responsible in your irresponsibility, because you realized you had a problem and you left your bag. And then not only did you leave your bag, but you actually took responsibility enough to get your bag back home to you.
Right.
Which was actually a great thing. So like the point was we had fun with you to teach you a lesson that was like, dude, like, because you weren't 100% honest and upfront about it, and because you kind of hid it, you robbed yourself of the other joy, of the other success that you actually achieved in just getting it handled, right? So even that, there was a moral in that story, even though we had some fun with him. And you always want to be honest, right? You always want to be upfront and honest. And that was a lesson there. But like the biggest thing was that, like, dude, you actually got it covered and handled, and that was a sign of a responsible thing, right? So I was like, you didn't get to enjoy that because of all the other stuff you were doing. Make sense?
Mm-hmm. I was so mad at you, and I was like, shoot, I can't be mad. I'm lucky he didn't kill me.
That gets a hit. So, well, dude, Ethan, I just want you to know, man, this is literally like this episode. I take the least amount of notes on yours because we just go. And it's so much fun. This is one of my favorite days of the year, if not my favorite, because you've been doing this since you were 15, so 12, 13, 14, 15, since you were 12 years old is when you did your first appearance here on the Hitstreak, when the podcast was pretty new. And I'm just, as your dad, and I speak for your mom as well, as your parents, we're just so proud of you, the person that you're becoming, the way that you treat people, the way you make others feel, the way you handle younger kids, as you've always been great at that, the way you handle your sister. Like, we're just extremely proud of you. We're so proud of you. And I'm just, I don't want to rush you growing up, because like even now we look back, man, just to hold little Ethan one more time, we'd give anything to do that. But we're so excited, and we can't wait to see what you become. We can, and as your dad, I can't wait to get free tickets at Yankee Stadium left for me at will call to see my son. Right. So I'm extremely excited about that. No pressure. But regardless, I believe in you, and I believe that if you believe in yourself enough, that you'll make it, and you'll make the right choices to make it, and you'll hold yourself accountable. And at the end of the day, if you can learn to do that, wherever you end up, and you can keep Jesus first and your family second, then your mom and I won, and we can go about our way and know that you got it. And at the end of the day, that's what we're in this for. Yes, we want you to learn how to win. Yes, we want you to be successful. All those things. But most importantly, we want you to be a faithful, great Christian man, and be a great future husband and father and employee or business owner or just great person in your community. Whatever it is that God called you to do here. And again, a couple years ago, you wanted to be a rock star and an actor. And now you want to be the center field for New York Yankees. 2 years from now, you may change, right? And as long as you're putting your best effort to become that person, to whatever it is that you're dreaming, your mom and I are happy, right? It's your life and it's for you. But we're just so proud of you, bud. And I just love getting to hang out with you on and thank you for making your dad feel cool enough that you get excited to come on here with me every year. I appreciate that. So do you have any final thoughts for our audience today?
One thing is, if anybody heard the word blitzball and doesn't know what the heck it is, first of all, go to my channel or Instagram, check it out. It's just basically wiffle ball except twice the technology.
So it's a different ball.
Yeah.
Different equipment, but it's very similar to wiffle ball.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. And of course, instead of the stick bat, it comes with a barreled plastic bat. About the same weight.
Yeah, you guys have some really cool bats. Y'all customize and make your own bats.
Yes, we do tape them up sometimes.
And they all have nicknames.
Yes, they do.
They're very cool. Well, dude, anything else you wanna say to everybody before we close this sucker out?
I think we're good.
Well, buddy, I'm super proud of you. You did a great job.
I'll let you take the outro this time.
Can I have it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Thanks. I appreciate it. Well, dude, I'm excited. Looking forward to the next one already. And, again, for me, I love, like 6 months into the year, I'm thinking, Ethan, what are you going to be talking about on the podcast next time? Are you ready? And again, it's just ways to motivate you and drive you, right? So we're proud of you, buddy. We love you. Super proud of you. And thanks again for hanging with your old man for a little while. And thanks for being my workout partner. I love you.
The Hitstreak is powered by Rack Financial. When it comes to your credit card merchant processing, Rack Financial is efficient, reliable, and trusted. At the end of the day, when it comes to processing your credit card payments, they make it simple, the way it's supposed to be. Check out Rack Financial.
All right. You ready?
Yeah.
All right. Folks, once again, my boy, my dude, Ethan Hyder, guitarist, drummer, actor, right? Check him out on YouTube and on Instagram at Ethan Hyder, and help him keep up with his blitzball and baseball journey and everything else that he's got going on. Keep those grades up. He's a straight A student. I should have thrown that in earlier. Dude, we're proud of you, buddy. Thanks for being here, man. All right?
All right.
Folks, thanks so much for tuning in to another episode of The Hitstreak. I am your man, Nick Hyder. God bless.